Good evening. It is Tuesday, August the 1st, 2023, and it is time for a Team Tuesday. I'm your hostess, Lanicia Mayberry. The mission statement is to bring strength, independence, and empowerment to individuals and their families by building confidence and financial freedom through affordable fashion. While $5 jewelry may not change the world, we believe those who wear it will. Our team scripture is Proverbs 10:4. The hands of the diligent shall prosper. Our team mantra is saving souls from poverty and building generational wealth, $5 at a time. And our team mantra is habits reflect the mission. Good evening, team Hustling Honeys and Homies. As you're piling on in here, go ahead and make sure you share the link from the YouTube channel to your team page. That is so that individuals who are not on this team page will still be able to view the video. Few announcements really quickly. Welcome to Amped August. Okay. Please excuse my background. Please excuse my appearance. I'm still unpacking. I can't find my makeup and I can't find most of my jewelry. So, yeah, love moving, love it so much. So anyway, it's August, so we have an amazing promotion this month. This month's promotion, when your new business partner joins with the $99 kit, you can choose those pieces. Now I'll do another training later on this week and go into more details about that. I don't want to spend too much time tonight because tonight's focus is a recap from Made for More. Now, I did ask for volunteers and I only got one person to volunteer, but I am so happy and excited to speak with her and get her take on convention. You all, convention is extremely important to your business. It's eye-opening. It relights your fire. It reignites you. It's right at the beginning of the new fiscal year, so it's enough to get you pumped up and push you out into the fall and thrust you into the new year. So I hope that that you were able to see the exciting things that were going on at convention and that you fixed your mind that I'm going next year. Okay, because it is possible, especially if you start budgeting now. It is possible to go. Good evening to everyone coming in. So I'm going to introduce tonight's guest. First of all, I love that I can call her a friend of mine. That means the world to me. She calls and checks on me and prays for me and encourages me, and that means a great deal to me. It's not many people who have real life celebrities actually call their phone and say, "Hey girl, I texted you. How come you didn't answer me?" So I love her so much. Some of you know her as Carissa from Greenleaf. This Miss Kim Hawthorne. She started so much other stuff than that. If you have not watched Lincoln Lawyer, you need to watch it and get a view of her on there. And some of you didn't even know she was on our team, but yes, she is. So right now, I'm bringing to the stage the one, the only Kim
You are really doing the merch.
You know I love you, Kim. I wasn't about to introduce you like you was just a regular. You're not a regular. You're Kim Hawthorne.
You have got the energy for the gods, for all of us, all of us, Papa sisters. What's happening, Lanny Lang?
And you got it.
Oh my God! Hello, hustling honeys and homies.
So, Kim, I wanted to talk to you tonight about your experience with conference. Was this your first paparazzi conference?
No, this was my second one.
Okay, and go ahead.
Well, I've been a consultant for 4 years. So the first year, I think I joined in June, so I wasn't, and I was still doing Greenleaf, so I couldn't go, and everything was happening so fast, right?
Right.
And then the second year, I don't remember. I must have been COVID. Was it COVID?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was COVID. And so then
Mhm.
the last 2 years I've gone. Yep.
Okay.
So much fun.
Yes, conference is fun. So, from your experience, the last couple of conferences, um, first let's talk about what you enjoy about conference.
Um, you know, I enjoy seeing the jewelry. I'm
Yeah.
a jewelry-aholic. So I just think, wow, I'm going to go somewhere and spend 4 days with a bunch of people screaming about jewelry. It's like my tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't feel weird. I feel right at home,
Mhm.
just like literally getting chills looking at certain pieces of jewelry and everything. And I was joking before I went this time. They were like, oh, yeah, Janet Jackson's going to be there. I said, y'all, you might going to talk about me, but I think I'm more excited about the jewelry than I'm about Janet. And I was. And Miss Jackson was nasty and she was good and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the jewelry. I love the jewelry. I love the energy of our consultants, our paparazzi family. I feel like there's a real camaraderie and sister and brotherhood.
Mhm.
This was the first year that I actually had someone in my downline attend, and she looked at me right at the end of the concert on the last night, and she said, she said, I am so grateful that you convinced me to come. She
Yeah.
was like, this is really amazing, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this, and I'm so happy that I came. And she was saying that throughout the whole conference. But it really is kind of a vitamin B shot for your confidence, your focus, your business, your downline. um and one thing that I felt this year was, I felt like I needed a vacation by the time conference came, and then you're going, and when I left the hotel, I was getting ready to walk out the room, and I said, God, thank you so much.
Mhm.
This was so wonderful. And thank you, paparazzi, because we do work hard.
We do.
And we have a lot of ups and downs. Sometimes our sales are great, sometimes they're not. Sometimes we're working our business, sometimes we're not. But it's something nice that corporate does for us to
Mhm.
say, hey, we see you, we value you, we thank you, we're in this with you, we're gonna make it to where you guys are gonna be, killing it next year. Let us show you what we got. We want you to be excited about this, and this is our gift to you, like the concerts and the so it really is a nice button to a a working fiscal, paparazzi year.
Yeah. Yeah. So since we're a year away from the next conference, is there anything different that you'll be doing this year in preparation for next year that you didn't um, have the foresight to do this year?
Wow, that's a really good question. When I was there, I remember saying, oh, I need to remember this for next year. I need to remember that for next year. None of which I can now remember because 55.
You 35. What you say?
I
Oh,
need to be writing stuff
55.
down because there was several things that I was like, okay, I need to remember this for next year. Um, mm, this is a doggone shame. I really need to start writing things down, or at least like recording them into my phone.
Yeah.
um, I want to go with a larger team of people with me
Yes.
next year. So I will be cultivating those relationships starting now.
Yes.
And also what I would call a collective mindset,
Mm.
because I like to look at life this way. I feel like everybody that's on my team, and even in paparazzi in general, but everybody's got their own thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we're all moving in the same direction. Now, we might have different goals, but we're actually on the same boat, going in the same direction.
Yes.
So, a collective mindset is extremely important as far as achieving goals. And so, one of my goals this year with my downline is to nurture and cultivate and prune and fertilize that
Yes.
collective mindset that says we're all going to conference together.
Yes.
We're going to have this experience together because let's say one person went this year with me. That's great. Well, I'm going with Gilda and whoever is in our upline. You know, you to need uh what's your cousin's name?
Tamika.
Huh?
Oh,
Toronto.
Tamika. Yeah.
Right. I ran into her a couple of times. So we're all coming away with the same nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
So we might be sitting in a different area on the boat, but the boat is still going in the same direction. I want all of us to be in the same area on the boat.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I don't want some people sitting in the back, like looking back, going, "Was that a whale back there?" You know what I'm saying? I want everybody looking forward and going in the same direction and enjoying the same view. And
Yeah,
that is a plus with conference.
it is.
So we're having a recap here to maybe tell some people who weren't there some things that happened. But if you can in any way, shape, or form get there, get there. Unless for some reason you cannot. But if you can make it happen, it is very beneficial to do that. I'm gonna bring my bling bag. I'm getting a bling bag. And I'm gonna that's one of the things I said I was gonna do is bring a bling bag. I met a young lady and I said, well, how do you work your bling bag? You know, and she was telling me how she works her bling bag. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna carry around a bling bag and see what happens.
Yeah. Why
Um, that's something that I want to do differently. Uh, I didn't stay at the MGM. I stayed at the Palms, which was a little less expensive and very nice and quiet.
not?
And I now know where to park, where I can get in closer to the conference center. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to stay there again, but it's park differently because that was a crazy walk from the casino end.
Yeah.
Um, I can't think of anything else right off bat. Probably, I think I will bring cards that have an amended version of our compensation plan to
Mhm.
hand out to people because you know there are lots of people around that
Mhm.
are not a part of paparazzi, and several people stopped and asked and talked to us, and of course other consultants had spoken to them and they were just trying to get clarification. And
Mhm.
so I think I would be more proactive to sharing the business opportunity with other people who just happen to be in Las Vegas at that time and having the proper promotional materials to do that. Yeah.
That's smart.
Hmm.
That's really smart. I think I think largely what's overlooked by a lot of consultants concerning conferences budget wise. Um, and the budget is different for different people. It just depends on, when you purchase your flight, when you book your room. There's some things that are out of your control, right? Budget wise. But I think, although it is an expensive trip, if you start now preparing, it's doable to do without breaking the bank or having to get a payday loan or giving up your firstborn child. Um, what do you think about it expense wise? I know people look at you like, she's a celebrity, she got it like that. But I mean, it's still dollars and cents. So do you feel that, how do you feel about it financially for the star consultant that's just coming in? How would you tell them to prepare so that they could go next year?
I would say put away $75 to $100 a month.
Yeah.
And you can do that if you're selling your jewelry.
Exactly.
And
Preach.
also reinvesting wisely. One of the things that I find, I don't like excuses. So, I mean, don't get me on here and get me started. But I don't like excuses.
Mhm.
Um, I like to be about the business of there's an issue or there's a concern. What can I do? How can I resourcefully and creatively handle my business, whatever that is?
Mhm.
So I think my room was 300 and something, and then they added on a cleanup fee, which was like 400. Okay. If you get, huh?
Another 400
Total.
on top or
No, no,
total?
no, it was total. If you
Okay.
get a roommate, that's going to be half.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a lot,
It's not.
200 and something dollars,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you get a roommate, um, when I parked the car, it was about $18 a day to park at the MGM, and I drove my car. So if you live where you can drive, I would recommend that first of all. If you can drive in, if not, then go ahead and stay at the MGM or rent a car. Maybe try to figure that out. If you have a credit card that has these little bonus things on it, cash those in.
Yes.
Um, and also sell the jewelry. What I find is that a lot of people join and then they're out here in la la land.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I like to do is go, how much do you want to make a month? Do you
Mm-hmm.
want to make your car note? If your car note is 200 and something, I break it down to how many pieces a day you would have to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And people need to be looking at it like that. And they
Exactly.
need to be keeping track of what they're selling, how many pieces, have a goal, and then go for the goal. If
Mm-hmm.
you fall short of the goal, at least you know you've fallen short because you have a goal and then you can adjust.
Ooh,
All
you're
of life,
preaching it. Yeah.
all of life is course correction. And
Mm-hmm.
so the way to best this business and to actually see dollars and to see where you can start reinvesting what you're making with paparazzi into, say, convention, is to course correct your selling lessons, your selling skills, your selling situations. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
um so that is a way that you can do it. So let's say you wanted to make sure you had that $100 a month, then you go backwards math wise and figure out how many pieces you need to sell, and then just keep that money in a separate thing. There's really no excuse. Yes, I'm on TV. Yes, I'm a celebrity. No, I'm not a millionaire. Let me just get that straight right now.
Excuse me.
Okay. Some people think that just because you're on TV, you're a millionaire. That's not true. Okay. And just from a perspective of being an African American woman in her 50s in Hollywood, that's a whole nother ball of wax that a
Yeah.
lot of people don't have the balls to even wax. Okay. I.e., deal with. Okay.
Right.
So I have to be strategic with everything that I'm doing. Case in point, got in the car to come here, and my wheel was like making some rhythm. You know,
Mm.
I study music, so I'm like, my wheel ain't supposed to be making no rhythm.
Right.
Something in my wheel. So I get out of the car, and sure enough, there is a screw in my wheel.
Oh
I
no.
take it to the dealership. He looks at the other wheel. He's like, your other wheel is buckled. You've been hitting some potholes. I said, I can take you to the potholes. And introduce you to them. I know exactly which ones they are. $800
Wow.
before I even went to conference.
Oh wow.
And I just sat down at the dealership. When first of all, I told the guy, I said, I'm supposed to be leaving for conference today, and like, and I'm not going to make it. Now y'all telling me y'all can't fix the car. He fixed the car that day, and I think I left early the next morning because I needed some woosah time. But I just sat down, you know, and the tears started rolling down my face. I was grateful that the guy was going to be able to fix the car and I was still going to be able to make it. But $800,
Yeah.
I had planned on buying jewelry. I had planned on, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just said, Lord, I said, this will fix itself. I just have a faith about life
Yes.
where I don't live in fear, especially of money, because at the end of the day, it's really not real, y'all. I hate to get all matrix on y'all, but it's really not real.
That's true.
It's only what we make it in our minds. It
Mm-hmm.
only has the amount of power over us that we give it.
That's right.
So I don't treat it as it's something like this, or I'm afraid, oh my God, the 800. I just go, I know you're going to restore me. I have been living for 55 years. I have had and I have had not. And never has God failed me in the restoration of something as simple as something monetary.
Right. Right. And
You
that
know,
that goes back to the preparation part. If you're saving that $75 to $100 a month, then you have those emergency funds for those unexpected things, and it doesn't completely stifle you from being able to go to conference. You can still go because you've built up this bank over time. Now it may cause you to maybe not purchase as much jewelry as you wanted at conference, or maybe not eat out every night. You might have to go to Walgreens, get a loaf of bread, some peanut butter jelly, and a pack of chips, and let that be in a case of water. I say that because I've done it. Okay, I had to do that at conference before because I improperly budgeted, but I wasn't gonna miss out on everything that it had to offer. So
that's the resourcefulness.
that's right.
And you don't have to go and have the cocktails and drink out. I went out one day for a lunch. Oh, and then it was a dinner, but somebody else paid for that, which was nice. And then I went to the food court and got the noodles,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then I got a pretzel on the way back to the hotel one night. So you have to be resourceful, and I didn't buy. I was only going to buy Z pieces if people ordered them,
Mm-hmm.
because I just did not have that extra to be trying to like I did last year and get all 10 Z pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I said you guys have to order it. They did not order, they did not get it.
That's right.
With the preview jewelry that they dropped, I got 2 of everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm almost sold out of all of those items.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the other thing? Oh, the boutique where you can get little extra bags and the toques and all of that. Everybody kept saying, "Did you get the sunglasses?" I was like, "No, I did not, but I got $400 each on a tire that I paid." So no, I did not get the sunglasses. I didn't get anything at the boutique.
Right.
And I didn't feel like I missed out on anything at all,
Yeah.
because the overall experience
Yeah.
is definitely worth it. And I can tell you this, when I left the hotel, I was already looking forward to next year.
Yeah.
I can genuinely say I was like, "Oh my God, I can't wait till next year."
Yeah.
It's definitely worth it.
So last question. How was Janet? I saw the little video that you posted, the 4 minutes. I was like, I know you couldn't record the whole thing, but I was hoping for more. I was just like, where's the rest of it? How was Miss Jackson, if you're nasty?
She was just so beautiful. And like the one thing I loved the most was hearing her laugh, because she laughs on her records like whatever her little laugh is. And she would do that. And I was sitting there like, oh my God, I'm seeing her in person do that little laugh. She was so adorable. She's so sweet. She worked the hell out of them dancers, though. Them dancers didn't get cut, can get a break. They were doing it. Now she went off a couple of times and they were still out there rocking it. It was electrifying. It was awesome. She was a professional. And when you see people doing their craft and what they're good at, you just got to give them props and be so appreciative that they're sharing their talent with you. And that's how I felt. I was like, oh my God, I feel so grateful that she would share her talent, come out here and sing and sweat for us. So
For
it was really
a
a
private
wonderful
audience with
experience.
us.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Kim, I thank you so much for your time and your wisdom, the nuggets that you gave us tonight. I thank you so much for saying yes when I asked you to do this. And I hope that those of you who are listening to this will fix your mind that come hell or high water, you're going to conference next year. I certainly have. I've missed conference the last 2 years. This year I missed it because I moved a week before conference, and I knew that was going to be too much financially. But I already knew I was moving last year, so if I would have planned better financially, I could have done both. And so that's what I'm having to do because guess what? Next year around the same time, I'll be moving again. So it's all about planning, setting a goal, right? How much do you want to make monthly? What part of what you're making monthly is for what? Are you paying your car note with some and putting away some with conference and reinvesting the rest? What are you going to do with that? How are you going to make sure that you hit that number and make your goal monthly? Because just doing one thing is may or may not do it for you, right? We have to explore multiple avenues of selling our jewelry and being hope dealers in this business. So Kim, I just thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate you. And you already know I love you so much.
Love you too. My pleasure. Good luck, everybody.
Y'all tell Kim good
Love
night.
you guys.
Get some rest.
Okay, how do I get off of here? Leave
I'll,
studio.
I'll remove you.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So I didn't want to open it up for questions for Kim because, it was nice enough for her to come on here for us. So if you have any questions, anybody in the upline that went to conference, ask them. I'm open to questions. Even though I haven't gone in 2 years, I still have a general idea of what conference is about. Our upline, Tyronica Carter, did a extensive breakdown of the speakers last night, but it's really, really good, y'all. If you can go back and put it on while you organize your jewelry and just listen to it, it's really, really good, y'all. It's very important to go to conference. And I will be hitting that more this year than I ever have before. Most of the time, I'm just like, if they want to go, they'll go. If they don't, they don't. But no, it's important that I stress that to you all. It is a business builder. You need it, and you don't realize how much you need it until you get there, and you're just like, oh, I needed this so bad. Same thing with EMP. Any trainings that Paparazzi offers, make it your business to be there, because it's no different from fruit connected to the vine, right? If you see grapes on the vine, they're plump, they're juicy, they're beautiful looking, right? But the minute those grapes are cut off the vine, they start dying, right? But the difference between us and grapes is we have the opportunity to reconnect to the vine. Okay, the more connected you stay with Paparazzi, the more in tune you are with the trainings. Listen, we have trainings all throughout our uplines, all throughout the week. You have Meaningful Monday with Team Radiant Styles. Christy does a Tuesday tea in the morning. I'm here with Team Tuesday in the evening. Brittany and Robin sometimes do trainings. I don't know if they're going to get back to that or not, but if you want the knowledge and the training, it is there and available for you, but you have to want it for yourself. You are an independent consultant. So to just say this business isn't working for me, I can't sell the jewelry, and you haven't submitted yourself, you haven't invested the time in your business to get trained, to get fed. It's very important to get fed and fill yourself back up so that you can push yourself back out there and put that energy back into your business. And so I am making it my business to promote the entire team, as many of us as possible, to go to convention and paint Vegas or wherever they have it pink next year. So you're gonna get tired of me talking about it. I don't care. I don't care. We going. I can't wait to see you all there. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'll be back later on this week, like I said, to talk about the other things that we need to talk about for August, either tomorrow or Thursday. I'll just jump on here like a pop-up and go over this this new enrollment kit promotion that we have this month and some other things that are going on, the all-in tour and all the things. But for right now, I want everybody to have a wonderful night, and as always, continue to hustle hard.